Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day today. Hope you all had a happy and safe and fun Halloween if you do celebrate. Today I wanted to talk about seasons, and particularly if you're going through an unpleasant season or a frustrating season or a hard season, whatever season you're in right now, I wanted to talk about it. So the nice thing about seasons is that seasons change. And that can sometimes be for good, that can sometimes be for bad. The good news is that if you're going through a season that's particularly difficult, it won't last forever. It's not going to be the same forever, never, never, never. One thing that I've been trying to do more recently is to see life in moments. And I remember actually talking about this a little bit, I think, in my like New Year's resolutions video, how I was trying to kind of view life as occurring in moments rather than looking at it kind of as all one big thing. And that, or not so much not as one big thing, because obviously it is, but rather with the knowledge and the understanding that whatever you're going through in life, whether it's good or bad, that it will eventually change, and that's a good thing because for all the bad seasons that you have, it means that there are good seasons that will come eventually. For all the good seasons that you have, yeah, there might be some bad ones, but it also means that the good ones will continue to come. And I think that when you view life in a season, or rather in a moment, it helps you to kind of get through that situation, or rather, it can make it easier when dealing with it. Like, for example, when I recently have been struggling with something that, just with like my health. And there are times in which it can be very uncomfortable at times. And I tell myself, this is how I feel right now in this moment. And in this moment, yeah, I might feel uncomfortable, but it's not going to feel like this forever, never, never, never. Like this will eventually change. I eventually will not feel like this. I might feel great tomorrow. I might feel great in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, whatever. But the way I'm feeling right now, if it's uncomfortable, won't last forever. And that's the truth with any unpleasant situation or season that you're dealing with right now. If you're in a season, a season that's particularly, feeling maybe unfruitful, I know I personally have some times where I felt like I was in a dry season, spiritually dry season, where I felt like I wasn't growing as much. Maybe no matter how much I prayed or read my Bible, I felt like I just wasn't going anywhere. I felt like I wasn't being fruitful. And the reality with, trees, fruit trees, is that trees don't bear fruit all year round. Trees go through seasons, and there are certain seasons where they produce a lot of fruit and some seasons where they don't. And that's just kind of the way it is. We're not going to be in a state where we are just constantly at the top of our game all the time, and when we are in those seasons where we're a little bit, feeling, maybe a little bit dry or feeling not as, not like we're growing as spiritually or as not growing spiritually as much as we would prefer, that God isn't farther away during those seasons. God's always just as close, like in those seasons that we feel are dry, He's just as close to us in those moments as He is when we feel like we're at our spiritual A game. And I don't mean like we're actually at the top of our spiritual A game because whoever actually is, but rather, sometimes you have those seasons where you're feeling great, where you're like, wow, I'm doing this. I feel like I'm really getting closer with God. Like maybe you're reading your Bible more, maybe you're praying a lot more, maybe you just feel better, and that's the thing is that like the just environmental seasons also affect our emotions and our feelings as well. There is such a thing as the winter blues. There are some people where once it becomes, colder and, like darker, more during the year, people tend to get more depressed. Obviously that's not everybody, but some people struggle with, the winter blues, I think it's called. Personally for me, I'm the kind of person where like, once I see the leaves start to change and I feel like it's, the first chill of autumn, I'm like, yeah, like I love it. But, I'm like, let's go. But that's not everybody. And that's perfectly fine. For me, I can't stand the spring. I have really bad spring allergies. My allergies in the spring are garbage. I look like a raccoon because my eyes are just like so blotchy because my eyes itch so badly. My nose is a faucet that unfortunately doesn't turn off. Sorry if that's TMI, but that's the case. And so when I, start to see the, flowers start to bloom, yeah, it's pretty, but I'm also like, oh, that means that like spring allergies are around the corner, but some people love it, My best friend Isa, you guys know her. She gets so excited when it's finally, the spring and the summer. She loves the summer. Me, that's not me. I prefer the fall. So, different seasons just also affect our mood and our emotions as well. So, if you're feeling, not so great, maybe your emotions are a little bit lower. Maybe you're not even feeling spiritually, dry. Maybe you're just not feeling 100%, like sometimes there are just things in life that are happening that affect our emotions in that way. But I was really just thinking about seasons recently because, one, like I said, thinking about life in the scheme of seasons, or rather with the idea of looking at it through seasons or moments, I feel like is really helpful when you are going through the rough times. And remembering specifically that, God's always with you in those moments as well, I feel like is really important. Um, so I really hope this video helps whoever needs to hear this. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I apologize. I know that I am way behind on emails. I know that there are so many emails that I haven't responded to yet. If you have sent me an email and you're like, Jack, where's my response? I promise you I'm not ignoring you. I'm getting to it. It's just been like this season in particular, you guys have been with me for however many years now, and I feel like the past however many years and months has just been one really big busy season. Like I think I told you guys, I finally got approved for an internship site and I'm elated to be starting that. But, I'm going to be moving. I'm going to be moving out, which is very exciting, but that is, it makes it even more busy. I have to start looking for apartments, which I haven't had to do and I don't even know how long, so I'm going to be, trying to get all that figured out, actually, doing adult things like buying furniture and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of for me right now, it's a busy season, a good one, because it's all leading up to something good and great and awesome, and I'm very grateful for it. But it doesn't change the fact that it's just been a little bit busier than usual. So if I haven't responded to your email, I promise that I'm not ignoring you. I will get to it, and I'm gonna try and get to it soon. I know that I haven't been great about responding, and yes, part of it is busyness, but I know that I should be better about stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. I love you guys so much. Hope like I said before, hope you guys had a great Halloween if you did celebrate. Um as always, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, do not ever hesitate to leave me a comment down below, or you can shoot me an email at my email address, which is christianconvos@gmail.com. It's that very cringy channel name that we have here, at gmail.com. I used to be able to put it down, but unfortunately, now that I'm doing videos on my computer, I don't know how to edit like that. So just christianconvos@gmail.com if you want to email me, if you have any questions or just want to reach out. Also, if you guys have any prayer requests, let me know of those as well. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day and God bless.